Assalamualaikum and hi. Welcome to chapter 7, the last chapter, Introduction to Programming. There are 3 objectives. The first one is define programming language, define programming paradigm, and define language translator. And the second objective is differentiate between paradigm, 3 types of paradigm: procedural, object-oriented, and logic. And the last objective is differentiate type of language translator, compiler, interpreter, and assembler. So what is a programming language? Programming language is a set of word, abbreviation, singkatan, and symbol that enables a software developer or programmer to communicate instruction to a computer. Programming language paradigm. So what is a programming paradigm? Programming paradigm is an approach, pendekatan, a way, a style in which computer language used to solve a problem. Type of programming language paradigm. There are 3 types: procedural, object-oriented, and logic. So the first one is procedural programming language paradigm. So the keyword is a well-structured step and procedure. So what is a procedural programming language paradigm? It is an approach that use well-structured step and procedure in a programming language. Example is C, COBOL, MATLAB, or Python. The second paradigm is a logic. So the keyword is automated reasoning. The logic programming paradigm use automated reasoning, which program statement express fact and rules about problem. For example, H is true if B1, B2, and B3 are true. So if you just say H is true, mean we can conclude that B1, B2, and B3 is also true. Example of programming language that use logic is Prolog, ASP, and Datalog. So the last type of programming language paradigm is object-oriented programming. The keyword is object. So object-oriented programming divide a programming task into object, and object can be reused. Example of programming language that use object-oriented paradigm is Java and C++. The last one is a translator. So what is a translator? Translator is a computer program or a software or an application that be able to translate or convert assembly language and a high level language into a machine language. So before we can understand what is a translator, we have to know what is a type of programming language. There are 2 types of programming language: low level language and high level language. In low level language consists of 2 language. One is machine language and second is assembly language. High level language is a language that used in today's program development. Many of it, example of C, C++, Java, HTML, ASP, PHP, and so on. Okay, so what is machine language? Machine language is a programming language that written in 0 and 1. So long time ago, programmer write a program using machine language. Imagine using 0 and 1 to write a program. Very hard, very prone to error, and hard to maintain, difficult to read and correct error, and it takes time to build. The second language is an assembly language. So it's quite similar to machine language, but it consists of simple words such as ADD for addition, MOV for move, SUB for subtract. So assembly language is also type of low-level language. It is also hard to build a program using assembly language because it consists a lot of binary number. And the last one is a high-level language. So what is high-level language? High-level language is a current language using in program development. So it's very similar to English language. So easier to develop a program using this high-level language. Example of high-level language: C, C++, Java, HTML, PHP, SP, and a lot more. So do machine language need translator? Do assembly language need translator? Do high-level language need translator? So for machine language do not need translator, because machine language is already in binary number, which is 0 and 1. Computer already understand 0 and 1, so no translation needed. So the second one is assembly language. Do a translator need to translate a code written in assembly language? Yes, because computer only understand 0 and 1. In assembly language consists of abbreviation such as MOV, ADD, so computer doesn't understand that. So yes, translator needed, and the translator name is assembler. Assembler is a translator that used to translate assembly language. The last one is a high-level language. Do high-level language need translator? Of course, because high-level language is a programming language that is very similar to English language. So computer doesn't understand this similar English. So yes, translator use is a compiler and interpreter. Ada dua. For high level language, ada dua translator, compiler dengan interpreter. So compiler is a translator that convert high level language to a machine language entirely, all at once atau sekaligus. Okay, the second one is interpreter. Interpreter is a translator that translate high level language to a machine language line by line, satu baris demi satu baris. Okay, itu saja untuk chapter 7. Sekian, terima kasih. Thank you very much.